in what the dealers are saying right now. Nimesh joins in with all things from the D Street Chatter. Nimesh.
Hi, Mangalam. So another strong day for the markets, but the breadth is quite weak in today's market, and the mid cap has relatively underperformed. That's been the trend of this week, and that continues today as well. So it's a large cap led rally in the Nifty, and to some extent in the Bank Nifty as well. Having said that, again, the trend seems to be that the FIs are net buyers, and I understand there's going to be a market at close basket buying as well in select Nifty names. So that's going to add to the FI data, and on top of it, there is a Nifty rebalancing as well. So today's number will not be very clean to read, because there is Nifty rebalance, there is MSCI, MOC flows, as well as the large blocks where the promoter entities were sellers. So again, that will add up to the institutional data. But the big sector of the day is clearly cement. We've been talking since morning on the back of a large M&A which UltraTech announced, and a potential consolidation. We've seen big moves in the cement stocks, and there is a bit of buying interest as well. But broadly, the feedback is that this last leg of the rally is largely led by the large caps, and now you're seeing some bit of underperformance in the broader market stocks.
What about stocks, Nimesh? What's the buzz that you've picked up on individuals' names?
Well, Rima, it's all about blocks and more blocks, right? So most of the names that I'm mentioning are part of the stocks with large blocks. The first is Arvind Fashion. The stock is under pressure today, down 5%. There's a large block in the morning trade, nearly 25 lakh shares. I understand the promoter entity was a seller, and leading domestic AIF was a buyer there. So disclosures could be interesting. The second name is Styrenex. Earlier it was known as Ineos Tyro Solution. Large block in that stock. Well, the stock is recovered, but even there was the block of more than 7% equity changing hands. Again, the promoter entity was a seller, and some large domestic mutual funds and a few large HNI investors were buyers in that block as well. The third is where I'm hearing potential block deals. So the first one is AU Small Finance Bank, virtually a day's low, but the anticipation is that there could be a large PE stake sale in AU Bank, and the second large deal could be in Polycab. Again, in Polycab, while the stock is under pressure today, there is an indication that the promoter entity could be a seller in that name as well. So these are the two potential blocks. Add to this, there is a bit of anticipation that maybe Bharti Airtel could happen either today in the last 15-20 minutes, or early tomorrow morning. So again, Bharti is something to track as far as block is concerned. And the last name is HDFC Life. After a long time, some bit of interest seems to be back. So today there are very strong buy flows, expect high delivery volumes, and looks like some bit of FI interest is back in HDFC Life at these levels.
Okay, AU Small Finance Bank and Polycab, that's interesting. So these are potential blocks. I mean, could happen even today. I mean, post-market hours, we'll know. I mean, many of these happen very quickly. Nimesh, on Bharti, what are you hearing specifically?
Prashant, so I highlighted this a couple of days back as well. So indication is maybe Singtel will be a seller. They've sold in the past as well. And again, Singtel could be a seller in the Bharti Airtel block. So that is something to track. The indication is, I mean, at least from a market point of view, the feedback is there is a bit of depth now, which suggests that the block can happen in the last few minutes of today's market, or maybe tomorrow morning as well.
That's a very large block, right? I mean, I think they own about 3%.
Oh yeah, exactly. So Singtel has been a seller in the last 1 year in Bharti at every levels, and now again the indication is that maybe Singtel will sell further, because the stock is also rallied pretty hard, right? So, but again, for telecom overall in general, Prashant, the other important thing to track, which now every sell-side analyst has been writing, is the tariff hike, and the indication is that maybe that's round the corner. It's not a question of now whether it will happen. Now it's a question of only as to when it will happen. So again, there is a lot of chatter with regards to telecom, and to the fact that maybe some tariff hike is round the corner.
And AU Small Finance Bank, I think there was a board meeting today where they were going to consider a fundraise via QIP. So board is meeting for a fundraise, but simultaneously bankers are working on a block deal. Nimesh, thank you very much for that. Mitesh is with us now.